Hi guys, it looks like everything's everything's okay. I apologise now, I have got a bit of a cold or something coming on, so I may well be sniffing throughout a lot of this. Okay, yeah, just last few checks there. Yeah, let's get going. So yeah, hi guys. As I say, I've got a bit of a cold. I started coming down with it yesterday and I feel pretty rotten. But I was going to paint this dude anyway, so I thought I would do a live stream. But yeah, apologies if I do cough, splutter and sniff quite a lot. But yeah, hi, how are you all? Corey Painter, hello from WA State. Hello to you, good to have you here. For some reason, my glasses, or I haven't got it set up right, I can just about read read the comments. Let's click on that so I can make that a bit bigger. There we go. Yeah, so anyone who's kind of like new to my channel, I used to have an orc called the Lonely Orc. And it was called the Lonely Orc because he was pretty much the only orc I painted. I started this channel about 2 years ago, and when I first started, I didn't paint miniatures because I hated painting. Sorry, I hated painting. So I was so bunged up. It's untrue. Yeah, I really didn't like painting miniatures. I used to love making dioramas, making terrain, like scatter terrain or scratch building stuff. Paint all that fine, because basically I'd paint everything like a rust bucket. I never used to like painting figures. Which is why the only figure that I had that wasn't part of a diorama was one orc, and he was called the Lonely Orc. Unfortunately, I moved flats a couple of months ago, and I seem to have misplaced him, lost him, or he's at the bottom of some box somewhere. So I'm making another Lonely Orc, but obviously he's not really lonely because I've got loads of other orcs that are painted, which is kind of weird. But yeah. Bap Malster, hello from Australia, hello to you. Hello Andre, it's good to have you here. Hello Ben, Red Fox Lady, is that Damo Mab? I still can't seem to read the text. I don't know why my glasses. So I say this every time, I do need new glasses because I've had, well, these are like the cheap sort of reading ones which I use for painting, which means I'm great at seeing anything sort of 2 feet and less. I can see perfect. My normal glasses, I mean, normally I can see anything 2 feet further. So these glasses are okay. I can read the writing better, but I can't see him as well. That's why, yeah, I need to get new glasses, bottom line, basically. But yeah, so here we go. I'm the sprue man. Yeah, I'm still doing sprue stuff. I've got carried away painting miniatures, which is so weird. I say, honestly, even about a year ago, I used to hate painting miniatures. Hated it. Didn't enjoy it. I would spend, like say this chap here, I would easily spend a couple of hours painting him, not be happy, continually over paint him because I didn't like bits, so he would be like caked in paint in the end. And yeah, I could do 2 hours, 3 hours, not be happy, not enjoy any of the painting, and look at him and think, well, that was a waste of 3-4 hours because he looks a mess. Which is obviously why I love this Slapchop method, whatever you want to call it. I know it goes by loads of names, and that's like a new made-up name. But yeah, whatever you want to call this method, it is amazing. I love it. Obviously, I'm getting through painting figures like I don't know what. But yeah, so obviously because it is October, and I'm going to be doing quite a few. So the bits box I've had for about 2 years. It's full of orcs because I bought several orc sets a couple of years ago, and so I never really painted them or not even assembled them because I just didn't like the things. But yeah, so this stream's not going to be very long because I feel rubbish. I just wanted to sort of start painting him, see how I go, and then yeah, we'll just see how we go basically. No, this one, Red Fox, this one is literally going to be one that's going to sit on my desk, which is why I've kind of put him on a base. Basically, I think he's on a door. He's on a door or something. But no, because what it was, say the orc that I originally painted a couple of years ago, the Lonely Orc, The only reason I painted him was because I used him as a reference. Like when I was building something, I needed something as a reference to the size of what I was building. And that's why I had the Lonely Orc all painted up. And he was, yeah, basically sat on my desk. Whenever I built something, I'd get him out just to make sure I could get like doors the right height or whatever it was. I had a scale to work to. So that's why this guy, kit bashed him last night. He's made up of all sorts. I mean, his body part, the main body part at the front is, I forgot what it's called. It's an ogre something or other. Basically, I wanted him looking a little bit like me, a little bit sort of short and fat. So that's why I've made him, he's got a bit of a bigger tummy than most orcs would have. But I'm also going to give him a metal arm, because this is the Lonely Orc 2.0, the upgrade. So he's going to have one sort of robot arm. But yeah, no, this dude will just sit on my desk. I'm still going to call him the Lonely Orc, even though I've now got obviously loads of orcs painted for my kill team. But yeah. Right, there's enough waffling. Let's do a little bit of painting. Yeah, the names of what it can be called, Razzle Dazzle. I think it's because the Slapchop. I don't know, Slapchop for me, I don't know, it makes me think more, well, someone actually said it, put in the comments, it sounds more like kit bashing, which it does, Slapchop. You're slapping something together or chopping it up, and yeah, it does seem a bit weird as a painting technique, and that's why I like words that are just fun, and for me, Razzle Dazzle is fun. Although, what was the word that Andre did earlier? Andre said something, what was it? It was flobble wobbled. Again, flobble wobbled. Anything that makes me smile and laugh, I just like. So, yeah, Slapchop, Razzle Dazzle, flobble wobbled. Whatever you may want to call this. Right, let's put some music on my ear because it's all got a bit quiet. Right, there we go. Chorus, don't forget the bald part. Orcs are hair growing impaired. So they're definitely like me then, or I'm definitely like them. Yeah, well this is, well, I say, because I don't know where the Lonely Orc's gone. I don't know how I couldn't even think where he would be, because I've moved into the flat. I've been here a couple of months. Everything's pretty much opened and put where it needs to go. So yeah, so this is the upgrade. So it's not obviously meant to be the original Lonely Orc. It's the upgraded Lonely Orc, which is why I'm going to give him a robot arm. But yeah, so the big video coming out this, I kit bashed this, kit bashed it yesterday. Again, apologies if my words don't come out. Yesterday I had a headache like I don't know what. I couldn't talk. My throat was all sore, and I'm still a bit croaky. And I forgot what I'm saying. I'm just going to paint. Let's get some paint on this dude. Razzle Dazzle sounds like a roller derby team. Oh yeah, usual sort of thing. I am filming bits of this. So I filmed me kit bashing him because he's made up of all kind of bits. I'm going to be filming me painting him as well. There's not too many colours going to be used in him, which is pretty cool. But yes, I will be obviously have to do a little bit of filming here and there, but obviously I'm filming through the camera you're looking at, so not too bad. Right, so let's start with this, and just because I'm trying to get in the habit as well, because I am doing a lot more painting. I want to get in the habit of showing every paint that I use, just in case someone wants to copy what I do, which I can't understand why they would want to, but you never know. Someone may want to do something exactly the same as me. So yeah, so I'm loving this, the contrast Plague Bearer's flesh as the colour for the orc skin, just because I think it looks pretty cool. Obviously in my good old little homemade sprue what's-it thingy, just so it never falls over. Let's start painting. We'll start with his head. Yeah, so guys, let me know whereabouts you are in the world, because I do like knowing where people are and like what time of day it is with you, whether it's nighttime, morning, or whatever. Yeah, that's one thing I really love about things like YouTube, especially obviously doing the live streams. Obviously, I'm here, and it's what about midday. So it's midday where I am, but obviously you guys can well be anywhere. Yeah, so I may or may not be talking as much as I normally do, just because I say I am finding it a bit difficult just to breathe sometimes. Right, that should be enough on the old filming. Let me stop that. Oh, itchy nose. Let's have a quick look, see where you guys are saying you're from. Just gonna say, I do like being nosy. It's like Jeebus McDooley, hi man, Slapchop comes from a legendary American tennis. Oh yeah, I know where the original thing comes from. I mean, how it got associated with this, I'm not too sure. I've like chopping stuff up quick. Yeah, I suppose it's just a speed thing, isn't it? Go for it, painting. Hello, how are you? I hope you're well. I was at VJ95 while I paint. You're going to finish putting your ladies together. Okay, 6 a.m. in Texas. Good morning to you. Damo, Queensland, Australia, 9 p.m. at night. Awesome. Jeremy from Washington. Backmeister, another Australian. Yeah, 9 o'clock. Awesome. Red Fox Lady is 1:10. What's that? Arnhem, Netherlands. Oh, hello there. Yeah, so that's what, again, I like to sort of vary the streams that I do, as in the times of them. Just because I know if I do streams at the same time every time, then certain people couldn't watch them. So it's quite fun just to sort of mix it up. Andre, Netherlands. I'm not even going to try and pronounce where you're from, because you know I'm pants at that. Jeebus up in Scotland, painting a Centurion. Awesome. Oh, where's it? Corey Paint's just got some of the new Army Painter Air Metallics. Oh, okay. You can confirm even 2 balls. Yeah, 2 balls are better than 1. Chris, Maryland. Oh, I've been there many moons ago. Have some paint time before I have to get the kids up for school. Awesome. Timothy, Stockton, California. Oh wow, 4:10 a.m. Oh wow, you're up early. Is that horrific Halo Scottish, but you're in Finland? Awesome. Yes, I just love it. Steve, all right, buddy, how are you doing? Liverpool, in the UK. Nate's Miniatures, hello, buddy. Hope you're well. South Australia. Yeah, I went to Adelaide again many moons ago. In my early 20s, I did quite a lot of travelling. Yeah, absolutely loved it. Stephen, North Wales. You're here to see what this Slapchop thing's all about. This Slapchop thing, mate, again, if anyone who's new to my channel, honestly, a year ago, I hated painting miniatures to the extent I never did. I never painted miniatures. And that's why I had a character, or one figure, called the Lonely Orc. The only sort of figure that I painted that wasn't part of a diorama. And I only used him as a scale reference whenever I sort of kit bashed, scratch bashed, or just built any kind of terrain and bits and pieces. But yeah, doing this technique, it's like I only got in the kill team, what, 6 weeks ago? And I mean, literally, I got in the kill team, then saw someone do the Slapchop method, and I managed to do a whole kill team in about 4 hours. Whereas, say, for me, I could easily spend 4 hours on one figure, make a right hash of it, not like it, not enjoy it, and yeah, it's a nightmare. But I did a kill team of 10 orcs in about 4 hours, which was just mind-blowing, and the results. I love the results. So yeah, Jazz is from Bulgaria, slacking off work. Well, we won't tell anyone. Nate, you're in Adelaide. Yes, I went there for, I think I was there about 4 months. I did go out with the intentions of working. I got the visa and all of that. Then yeah, I just bummed around the beach. Yeah, didn't do much at all. Went up to Sydney, went up the Gold Coast. Yeah, didn't do any work. All right. But yeah, so this Slapchop method, whatever to call it, is the way to go. It's just so simple, so quick. And yeah, so to be able to get figures painted. So that big giant that I did the other day, literally, I think it may have been about 22 minutes, but it sounds better in the video saying 20 minutes rather than 22. But yeah, it was just so quick, so simple, and I say the results are just far better. I know people could paint a lot better. I couldn't. So when I look at my orcs that I've painted and I think, oh, I painted them and how quick I painted them, it's just amazing. So yeah, so this is my kind of like my go-to sort of technique all the time now, until something else comes out, which I can't see anything being any simpler than priming your figure in black, dry brushing grey and white, and then just putting on speed paints or contrast paints or whatever kind of paint you got, really. Well, the weird thing is, obviously, as much as I don't like the term Slapchop, because I don't know, it just seems kind of aggressive. So that's why I like Razzle Dazzle. Just sounds a bit more wow, Razzle Dazzle. When it comes to YouTube, these algorithms, analytics, and all that kind of thing, I know if I put in the title Slapchop, it's going to get more views than if I put Razzle Dazzle. Unless Razzle Dazzle takes off, which I can't see it. Yeah, so this is the Lonely Orc 2.0. He's going to be the upgrade from the previous version, because he's going to have a metal arm. I don't know why he's got metal arm. I just thought metal arm. Oh yes, because of part of the again, I've forgotten what the other team's called, or the box was called, but it's the, is it ogre set or something? Rather big chunky guys, and they were part metallic, and part of that is like metallic underneath. So that's why I thought I'd add a few extra wires and bits here and there. Right, there's a little bit of green flesh up in here. I think that's all the green flesh. Bit of a thumb. Yeah, cool. The only problem is I've got the text so big on the screen now, it means I've only got a few people who've got to put a text and then I can't read anything else. Let's have a quick look, see if there's anything I've missed. Koi Painting kind of refined your painting workflow to incorporate this with glazing, painting as a pure joy. Yeah, I say, yeah, I do, I love it. I think it's because when I painted before, I didn't really know what I was, sounds silly, but what I was doing. As in my head, I couldn't see the end goal. And whenever I make something, I can break it down into small little sections, and I build each section knowing what the ultimate goal is. But whenever I painted figures, I've never known what the ultimate goal is on how they're going to look. And that's why this technique is so simple, because all the thinking's taken out of it. Prime black, dry brush grey and white, put the paints over, job done. It's, yeah, it really couldn't be any simpler if you're a bit of a naff painter like me. I was saying that there's a bit of his body there. We'll put a bit of paint on that actually. I'm not too sure if these bits are his skin sort of showing through this top or not, but as it's my figure, I can paint him exactly how I like. So I'm going to slap. There you go. There's a Slapchop bit. I'm going to slap a little bit of green in there like that. Sean Tree. Oh, thank you for becoming a member. Welcome. Good to have you there. Again, have I missed anything? No, look at it. Red Fox, yeah, painting mini should be fun. Yeah, not a competition for the best. Well, that's why I always say in all my videos as well that this technique and the end results I like. It's not to say everyone's going to like it, because we all have different sort of styles. We all like different things. So yeah, this definitely isn't for everyone. But yeah, like I say, it's definitely for me. It makes me happy. I enjoy the process because it's simple. I like things that are simple. This is simple. Simple, effective. And obviously it turns things from being grey into being, well, the colours they kind of should be. And then, yeah, tabletop ready. Or so in this case, this dude's just going to sit on my desk. Just to say, I kind of missed having the Lonely Orc sitting on my desk. And as I've lost my Lonely Orc, this is the new 2.0 Lonely Orc. Right, again, we'll film this. I'm just going to move the camera. Again, whenever I do these videos, I like to vary the camera angles. Just vary it really, just so it doesn't look the same. So we're going to go up there. Give me a second to adjust focus. Just I like everything to be manual, just so then I know what it's focusing on. Sauntery sitting here trying to wrap up into the dark terrain. Oh mate, I painted, well, probably not even half the into the dark terrain. I painted enough bits for when I want to do like photo shoots with these dudes, and obviously that smoke thing that I keep doing. I love doing that smoke effect. But yeah, I've still got, well, I've sort of base painted all of it, basically dry brushing silver and copper, and then about half of it, or just under half of it, I've actually done all the detail. But yeah, it's so nice, isn't it? There's so much terrain. It's nice to complain that there's so much, which is good. Nate's miniatures, you like it would be a lot easier to get armies. Yeah. I say 10 miniatures in like 3-4 hours is just great. Simple or not, it has colour and it is pretty. It is, and it's, yeah, I like looking at it. Right, unfortunately, the text is going off a bit too quick now. I can't see it all. Yeah, I need to get new glasses. I say it every time, but I need to get new glasses. Let's have a look at that one. Yeah, if you want to ask me a question, guys, if you can put @miniature hobbyist in your comment, just because then on my screen it highlights it in orange and I can see it a lot easier. Because obviously I know you guys are chatting amongst yourselves, which is great. But yeah, if it comes up on my screen as in orange, it's a lot more easier for me to sort of know that someone's asking me a question. Nathan mentions you bought yourself that photography haze in a can. Oh, okay. Well, it's only because I've been wanting to take my photos because I'm a photographer, so I should really be able to take good photos, and that's why I wanted to have a little smoke machine, just because, well, they're fun. So I made one. So my one's, it's got a USB sort of bit on the end, so you just plug that and I'll plug it into my little portable charger. But I'm going to make another one, a longer, thinner one, and I'm going to put a battery in it. But yeah, so it's nice and simple, but it really is sort of, plus I need to change the stuff in it, because at the moment, this is the vape stuff. So it smells, I want to say it smells nice, but it doesn't. I don't like the smell of it. It's like very fruity, but it's like too fruity. So what I'm going to do is, because I've looked online to see a better sort of fog, and basically it's vegetable glycerine and distilled water. The more glycerine you put in, the heavier it is. Because basically I want it so when I put it on like the ground, it's sort of like, it settles more rather than floating up. I mean, some of it settles, but a lot of it floats up. So that's why I want to change the mixture in there, so it's a much heavier mixture. But yeah, I can't get enough of it. I love it. So there will be a video showing how I made that. Very simple. Anyway, back to painting, because my plan was to sort of come on, do an hour, get him done. But then we all know that when I come on, I just chat and chat and chat. But yeah. Nate's, that is cool. Are you talking about the fog thingy? Yeah, I'm not a smoker. I detest smoke. I hate even vapes. I don't like vapes. That's got a vape in it. which is why I want to change the stuff that's in it, because it's the little pots of vape stuff. So say, even though it's sweet, I think it still smells disgusting, just because I don't like vape stuff. But that's why putting the glycerine and the distilled water, it shouldn't really, well, it'll have a smell, but it won't smell, well, like a vape. Red Fox Lady, you love my bracelets. These, again, when I went off travelling, when I was in my early 20s, I wore loads of these because I just love bracelets. These were given to me by my kids. I think they saw some pictures of me wearing bracelets when I was a lot younger. So yes, I've had these for years. They bought me them for, I think it's birthday or Father's Day, one of the two. But yeah. Right. An hour, more like 3. Well, Steve, if I'd come on, because part of my intention was to possibly say, because I feel rough as anything, part of my intention was to come on, do an hour, but put something in the notes to say I won't be talking. But I find it difficult to not respond to people when they obviously type things. Right, anyway, let's get back to this, because I say, I kind of was literally going to come on and do a little bit and then go. Right, so showing that we're using the black. These can just be booties. If you haven't already, guys, if you can hit the thumbs up button, that will that'll be awesome. And obviously, any of my videos, if you can share them anywhere, that's great as well. And if you're just sort of sitting at home painting away, by all means, stick some of my videos on, especially the playlists, because the playlists you can just sort of click on it, and then it'll just go through all of them. Again, you just watching one of my videos obviously helps me out no end. I think that was anything I was going to do black, actually. Yeah, right, stop the filming. A good old little nail brush. Nate's after stream, I'll be checking out the other videos. Got your Slapchop and all video, another tab, awesome. And I'm thinking of painting an army like this. Well, the colours I'm using for this dude are the same colours that I've used for my Orc Commando kill team, just because I like it. I like the green. I think the greens I've used before have been more, they've almost been more normal green. Yes, I think the Lonely Orc, again, I'd have to have a look, but I think he was more like a normal green, and he looked, not childish, but he didn't look very aggressive. Whereas I like this, say this Plague Bearer's green, I just really like it for orcs, because it makes them just look a bit more rough and rugged. Although saying that, I have seen other people do blue orcs, and I think they look pretty cool. And I keep thinking I want to try doing a blue orc, but my problem is, in my head, orcs are green. So as much as I like the look of the blue orc, I just don't know if I could do one. Or I'd have to do one slyly, not tell anyone. It's almost like a secret orc. And see if I liked it enough to let people know that I've done a blue orc. But yeah, the orc submarine. Yeah, guys, the big guy. I know I keep sort of saying if you go back and look at my old videos, but go back and look at them, and honestly, you will hear me say in every video, I hate painting. And it kind of, yeah, it's kind of one of my sayings, my go-tos, that I just hate painting. Or the only painting I did enjoy doing was terrain, any sort of terrain, scatter terrain, buildings, whatever it was, but I'd make them look like rust buckets. I seem to be able to get rust quite well, just because obviously it's messy. So yeah, so a lot of my stuff was a rust bucket. But say, painting figures, I think orcs, say I had the Lonely Orc, there was Crazy Dave, he was like my test pilot. Anytime I scratch built a plane, a tank, or something or other, I had an orc called Crazy Dave, and he was in that. So he was painted. I'm sure there was another orc I painted. Oh, there's a TIE fighter I made out of sprues. There's an orc in that. Well, part of him. I think it's just the top half. But yeah, when it came to painting figures, I think in total I may have had about 7 or 8 figures over the space of about a year and a half. I say there's only a couple that weren't actually to do with a diorama. Whereas now, say the kill teams, I've got, was it 6 kill teams? I think I've got, well, 6.5 kill teams I've got. So yeah, I've got a lot of figures now. So in the space of 6 weeks, I've done more figures than a year and a half. Oh, sorry guys. Yeah, I feel as rough as a Radger's butt. So it's only yesterday it started. As usual, you start with the old nose. It's either running or blocked. And then obviously the problem I had yesterday was I was sneezing so much that you sneeze and your body just tenses. So you do that for like a few hours and you just feel knackered. Felt knackered, and then obviously headache galore. And yeah, didn't sleep well last night. Well, that was weird. I didn't sleep well, but I was dreaming about painting. But I was dreaming about painting badly. It was such a bizarre dreams. But yeah, it's all to do with painting and making mistakes. Because I wasn't doing the Slapchop method. Right, let's have a look. Where am I doing? Let's come back in low again. Oh. Oh, I'll try not to die on stream. Yeah, I think I'm probably possibly going to do a COVID test later, but I don't think it is because I can still smell, still smell, still taste, and yeah, this does feel more cold-like symptoms than than anything else. Right. Anyway, focus. That's what I need. I need to focus because he's not in focus. And we'll do some brown. Oh, I'm a bit of a brush up. I would say this technique really couldn't be any simpler if it tried. I mean, again, it's one of those things where this is obviously could be like the basic start of something, and then you could go over and do some edge highlighting or whatever else you wanted to do to it. But this is certainly a good sort of base for anything if you really were like a good painter and could do more. But say for me, honestly, I could spend hours and I wouldn't get it anywhere near as good as I can spending 20 minutes or whatever painting it. It's crazy. So how many of you guys right now are you sort of sitting at a desk or wherever and doing some painting? So I've seen obviously you guys are all over the world, which is awesome. But what are you guys doing at the moment? Obviously I think there was someone who was skiving off work, wasn't there? Someone was putting together some ladies. I'm guessing miniatures and not mannequins. Right, let's do this wood as well. I quite like this brown. Focus. Yeah, so this guy with Kit Bashed, he's a bit of all sorts. So yeah, anyone who just turned up, this is the Lonely Orc 2.0, because the only figure that I had actually painted before that wasn't part of a diorama or anything was an orc, and I called him the Lonely Orc. because he basically sat on my desk. He had no mates, and yeah, I kind of used him as a reference scale whenever I was building anything. Yeah, the rucksack, I'm going to do a darker colour, so I think that's about it. We can stop filming. So VJ has just painted the Octarius terrain to be a rust bucket. Well, so that was my go-to move on anything I painted. Rust bucket, simple. Yeah, I can do rust bucket stuff. Nate's the Slapchop method is all you need with some extras that I mentioned. Yeah, say, because what I like though is say, doing the Slapchop method, it gets them to what I think for me is a good state. As in, I know people say they could do it a lot better. Awesome, do it better. But for me, this is a good painting technique for me because it's the best way I can paint them. But yeah, what I could do is in 6 months' time, I could come back to these and think, oh yeah, I can now do edge highlighting or what's that, OSL, the old object source lighting or whatever it's called. I could do some of that. But at least this way they are painted, they're ready, they can be used in games, they can be used in little dioramas that I'm making, bits and pieces. But yeah, then at a later stage when I have sort of learnt some different techniques, I can sort of go over them and yeah, do a bit more, which is pretty cool. A demo, you should be, but you're having a bit of a hobby blank. Oh no. Well, it's October. If do you like orcs, because obviously I've always loved orcs, so that's kind of why this month I am going to be doing quite a lot of orcs. Because that bits box I've had for a good couple of years. It's nice that I'm now going to be putting them. Say I've got this one I'm doing, and I've also got this one that I'm going to be doing. The old biker orc, just because I think he looks well, pretty cool. But again, because I can't see me using this in any kind of game, because I played a kill team. That's probably the only Warhammer game I'd probably play. So the chances are I'm going to build this, but make him on like a little diorama. Not a big one, just a small little diorama, some sort of, well, terrain or something underneath him. But yeah, so this dude has been in this state, as in I assembled it, I don't know, 2 years ago. Put him on the old wire 2 years ago, and then last night stuck him in these my little pot holders. So yeah, so this dude has been waiting for 2 years to get painted. So I'm going to try and do him later on this week. Andre's not doing much, still trying to get well. Yeah, you've been bad, haven't you? You're breathing a lot better than last time. Did you go to the GP? Did they say what it was? Red Fox, you're laying on the couch recovering from surgery from last week. Can't sit for too long. Oh no, you can't paint yet. Oh bless. Oh, can you not like stand up at some sort of table perhaps and do a little bit? Yeah. Oh, well, hopefully you'll be on a mend soon. Fingers crossed. Use the bike for Gorka Morka. Yeah, again, so this is where, as much as I love orcs, my knowledge of the whole orc lore and stuff, I haven't got a clue. Which is kind of why I never really sort of made sort of teams up, which is why obviously I only had the Lonely Orc. But say that the kill team, the Commando Orcs, that's the first sort of batch of orcs I've ever painted, which I really enjoyed. Right, what was I going to paint next? I might do the silver, just because I'm not too sure. Yeah, there's lots of silver. Let's do some silver. Let's have a bit of a drink because my throat's getting a bit dry. Oh, we're slacking, guys. I've just had a little look and it says there's 65 people on here. I've only got 42 thumbs up. What's going on? So guys, if you can hit the thumbs up button, please do so. It really does help the channel out a lot. Probably a lot more than people kind of like think, because obviously any interaction with a channel, YouTube and its weird analytics, algorithms, all that, they love it. So yeah, so a little thing from you guys by hitting the thumbs up does make a big difference. So if you could hit the thumbs up, much appreciated. Right, I'm trying to think of what angle to do now. Or should we just get in close? Apologies for all the camera shakes and movements. So it is because I am filming parts of what I'm doing. Just so then, obviously, I filmed it, and there'll be a video out showing obviously me kit bashing him, and obviously painting him. Andre, you got some sort of virus that worsened. Oh, your asthma. You got some meds. Oh, well, fingers crossed, buddy. You'll be back to tip-top shape. Right, let's get him in focus. Oh. That doesn't look too bad. Yeah, so anyone else just joined, obviously, good old Slapchop method, whatever you want to call it, underpainting, Razzle Dazzle, or any other made-up name you can think of. Yeah, so this dude was primed in black, dry brushed, rather than grey. I dry brushed him with this. So it's like a sand colour. I think when you dry brush, as long as they're lightish colours, it doesn't really matter. So I dry brush with this, dry brush with some white, and that's obviously kind of where he's at. And then, yeah, then just put on speed paints, contrast paints, different inks. I'm not sure how well, if you watered down paint, I don't know how well that would go over the top. Obviously I've never tried, but that's because I've got loads of, well, speed paints, contrast paints. Well, I haven't got many contrast paints actually. Yeah, so Citadel, if you're watching and you want to send me some paints, awesome. You love the Orc. Well, his name is purely the Lonely Orc. Yeah, say, because the original one, that was his name. He didn't have a name. He was just called the Lonely Orc because he was the only orc that I had painted. So yeah, this is the Lonely Orc 2.0. Just because he's the, it's like the Terminator. He's the updated version. He's going to have a robotic arm for no reason other than he's going to have a robotic arm. And he's on a kind of a base. Again, because he's going to be just sitting on my desk, I want him to sort of not have a clear base, but to have, well, to have something under him. Right, so let's have a little film. We'll just show that obviously I am now using silver. So when I do paint with silver, as much as obviously I put silver all over, I don't really mind if I do miss a few bits, just because then it kind of shows through some of that sort of dry brushing underneath. Obviously any silver bits though, I do then go over and do a do a wash, just to sort of grime it up, dirty it up a little bit. Yeah, so the other thing I'm kind of working on at the moment, guys, is a chess set. I want to make a chess set with orcs and space marines. So again, you may see some of the orcs that I'm going to use in the chess set getting painted this week. Right, let's paint his arm, just so we know his arm is robotic. And even though his hand looks like a normal hand, we're still going to have that as being metal as well. Right, can be enough filming, and then we'll zoom back out because I know it's difficult to see what I'm doing sometimes when it's too too near. There's quite a bit of green stuff on him as well, because say his tummy again, that some sort of ogre, something or other. So it didn't quite fix. So I put that over the top of the body that was there originally. So there's quite a few gaps around the arms. So there's quite a bit of green stuff on this chap. But again, when the video comes out, and the chances are I'm going to try and get the video out tomorrow. And yeah, so if I can, my plans are to get the video out tomorrow. About midday, sort of 11, 12ish. That seems to be quite a good time for people to watch it, really. Terminator, I'll be back. Right, all these wires, what colour? Silver? Oh, I'm going to paint them silver, but I might actually go over them with a red speed paint. Just to give it like a red metallic look, kind of, maybe. Oh, got a bit on his chin. And the bullets, oh, we'll do the bullets copper, I think. Oh yeah, so we'll do his little cod piece here. That can be metal. Well, you'd think being an orc, he'd have a bit of a bigger cod piece than that. Metal as well, that little plate on his leg. Cool. Oh, apologies, I've kind of missed some writing. As anything, when I am painting, as easy as this technique is, I do concentrate. Whereas if I was building something or scratch building or any of that kind of thing, I get to read the text a whole lot easier. Bishop for the Queen, you got to put an orc in drag. There's an orc, I think it's arriving this week. It's not drag, but it's kind of got long locks. I forgot what it's called. Yeah, I've already kind of planned out roughly what orcs are going to be: the king, queen, rook, bishop, all the rest of it. And the queen, there is one, say, it has these like dreadlocks. So I think that one I am going to use as the queen. Plus I'm going to make like maybe a crown or some sort of, well, an orc looking crown for them. Orc bikers for knights. I'm going to use orcs on squids again, because I want them all to be able to fit on a 32mm base, so I can't have them too big. And I'm going to get, like, is it killer cans? Is that right? Killer cans? Basically like dustbins. They're going to be the rooks, castles, whatever it is. Steve is halfway through the Viking chess set. Simple colours, red wash with highlights, eyes, etc. and black. Awesome. Yes, I'm going to make like 3D print bases for the figures. So they're all going to be like on 32mm bases. But I'm going to make them so obviously the guys at the front are going to be on shorter bases, and obviously the ones at the back taller bases. Just so I can have like loads of, like, the orcs can be like 8 boys at the front, and then say a variety of the different sort of style orcs for the back. So it should be quite cool. I'm doing a great way of avoiding. See, now the thing is with the video, I think if you look at some older videos, I think my go-to word used to be basically, and basically it was this, and basically it was that. And the problem is when I think I kill a counter towers. the reason why I say obviously so much, I don't normally say so much, but it's because obviously I'm rewatching my video. Basically, how I do the videos. Like now, I'm filming clips. So I film loads of clips, then I edit all the clips together. I trim little bits here and there. I speed them all up just so you get to see more of what I do in a shorter time. Just because I can't be doing like long videos. I want it to be precise, concise, to the point, and all that. But then what happens is I then re-watch the video. But obviously, as I'm watching the video, I'm talking about what I'm doing in the video. But obviously, it's clear what I'm doing because you can see what I'm doing. So that's why when I'm doing the voiceover, I can't help but say obviously, because you can see what I'm doing. It's obvious. But what I'm going to do with this video is I'm going to video myself at the beginning, I think, and I'm going to say that I'm not going to say the word that you think I'm going to say. And then basically when I do record my voiceover, if at any time I say obviously, I'm going to cut it out and then redo it. Just so then I can do the video without saying obviously. Obviously, yeah. You got off to bed, Nate? Cheers, buddy. Thanks for being here. Sleep well. Yeah. Grots for pawns. Yeah, I had thought about doing that, but then say because I'm going to have the bases at different heights, as in all the pawns are on the lower bases. I really fancy them being normal orcs. Plus, I was thinking if I did do grots for the orcs, what would I do for the space marines? So yeah, I want all the pawns to be normal figures. Obviously, yeah. But it's weird. Honestly, if you go back and look at some of my older videos, basically used to be the word. I'd say tons of times. Oh, pardon me. Yeah, so obviously I just go through stages. So it's not like I say it naturally in my general life. It is purely because I'm rewatching something and you can see what. So I'm basically saying what you can see, which always feels weird. And that's why I say obviously. What's the time? How long have I been doing? Oh, not too bad. I've been going an hour, so I really thought I wouldn't be able to make an hour because I do feel as rough as a badger's butt. Judge Spud, love the name. Cherubs for Space Marines. Do I have cherub? So again, this is where I don't really know much about Warhammer miniatures or figures and all their variations. But yes, I like the idea of the pawns at the front for Space Marines being a whole load of pawns, Space Marines, and the same for the orcs, just because it'll look cool. Weird boys for bishops. I've got it written down somewhere. What I'm going to use for each of the ones. I haven't for the Space Marines yet, but that's probably because I was going to do the orcs first. Right, let's just film this. So we're going to use a non-contrasty paint. So again, this one I know whether I paint this, I will be doing the brown wash afterwards, just to give it sort of some highlights or shadows or whatever. Right, that's enough filming. There we go. Stop the filming. Judge Spud, I love standing there. So this is why I like the idea of not calling it Slapchop, but calling it something different. Because I say some words make me laugh, and Judge Spud is a nice, fun word to say. So thank you, Judge Spud, for being Judge Spud. So I kind of want to say it now. Glad I got you live. Want to say a massive thank you for your videos. Helped you so much. Awesome. And brought back the joy to painting. Oh, cool. Oh, nice. Say I love painting now. But honestly, anyone wants to have a bit of a laugh, go and look at some of my early videos when I started this channel. And honestly, in every video, you will hear me say at least once how much I hate painting. But it does show what a difference finding a technique that is easy, enjoyable, and gives great results, how much it can affect how you see the hobby. Because that's why when I first started this, I started this channel 2 years ago during the second lockdown, and the reason for starting the channel was because obviously I wasn't working like a lot of people, but I'm one of these people who can't just sit still. He says I'm sitting here painting, but you know what I mean, I can't sit and not do anything. So that's why I made the channel, because I was going to make like dioramas and build things, and that's obviously what I was doing. But that's why I used to make things like dioramas more than paint miniatures. Even though I had quite a few miniatures, I was definitely more into the making and building things. Whereas now I'm almost the opposite. I get more enjoyment and fun from painting a miniature. Let's move the camera a little bit. I'm not sure. I put the hands in your way quite a lot when I'm doing it that way. Focused. There we go. Oh, sorry, I just nudged the camera with my face. Cool, I think that's most of the cream bits. Well, I normally forget some bits and then have to come back and do them again. Let's do whatever that armband there is. That can be this colour. Oh, and there's a bit over there. Cool. So how are we getting on, guys? Did we all find the like button? Steve, no Space Marines were hurt in the episode. Games Work tone. Yeah, I got, I think I had the channel for about a month, and I got a letter from, well, an email from Games Workshop, kind of a cease and desist letter, saying that I shouldn't be doing what I was doing. Again, when I started this hobby, obviously very naive, didn't know much, and I was making molds of some of their, well, some of the figures, but initially it was like, well, things like this door. I was making a mold of the door and then casting it in plastic. obviously I didn't realise you weren't allowed to do it, because obviously I bought the Warhammer box thing with the terrain and bits and pieces in it. So obviously you thought, well, it's mine, I can make copies if I want to. But yes, I made some copies of some of the people, and yeah, Warhammer obviously don't like that when you make copies of their stuff. So I kind of got told off. So that's why I then did another video where I adjusted the video, because I took the video down straight away because I wasn't too sure how how bad it would be, because I'd copied their stuff. Then obviously did lots of research, reading up online, finding out a lot of stuff, and obviously it's intellectual property is what you're being done for. So I then did a video with some of the same footage, but changed some of it. And basically I was saying, don't obviously copy Games Warhammer stuff, because it's illegal. And then right at the very end, these figures that I'd made, I set fire to. And boy, did they go up well. So again, there's a video somewhere on my channel. And yeah, somewhere in the title or on the thumbnail, it says no Space Marines or Warhammer figures were hurt in this video. But there's a little arrow, I think, and a word saying, apart from this one. And it's the one that's obviously on fire. But I sent them all on fire in the end, just to sort of prove that I wasn't copying their figures to sell them or do anything with them. It was, well, part of it was purely because I'd never made molds before, and I really wanted to make some molds. Just because, say, get into the hobby, wanted to try new things. And yeah, mold making was obviously something I kind of wanted to do, but obviously you're not allowed to do. Judge Spud, give permission to use the name at your leisure. Obviously it's more the Spud bit than the Judge, but it's funny to be a Judge Spud, because I love Judge Dredd and Judge Death, but Judge Spud, yeah, very cool. Oh, there's one more bit in there actually. Rightio. Again, apologies if you just turned up. I feel as rough as a badger's butt. I've got a bit of a cold, so I'm all bunged up, sniffles, coughing, gurgling, all of that. But I was going to paint this dude anyway, and that's why I thought, if I'm going to paint him, I might as well do a live stream and see if anyone wants to watch me sort of cough and splutter my way through. Oh, let's have a drink. Oh, again, apologies. Andre, you'd like to paint him, but you want to see... Yes, well, funny you mentioned that. I haven't got a project lined up yet, but I am starting to save more and more plastic bottles, lids, baked bean tins, wires, hose. Yeah, I'm saving a lot more stuff to do a kit bash with. I think what I need to do is over on... I've got Patreon, guys. So if you want to help support the channel, go and have a look at my Patreon page. There's a link in the description. Basically, I posted a lot of stuff on there that I'm currently working on. So you get to see what I'm working on before it comes on YouTube. But what I'm getting at is what I might do on Patreon is do a little poll. And yeah, let you guys on Patreon sort of decide what I make, as in Scratch Bash. Part of the problems when I do Scratch Bash is I'm not sure what I want to make. So sometimes it's easier if someone says, oh, can you make such and such, or can you do this or do that? Because I kind of see it as being a bit more of a challenge then. If someone sort of says to me, can you make this? It's like, I don't know, but I'll have a go. So yeah, guys, if you want to become a patron, link in the description. So it helps the channel out no end, and you get to see what I'm working on before it comes out. and yeah, you can decide what I make scratch bashed, because I like kit bashing, scratch bashing. I love painting now. Yeah, I love it all. But yeah, go check out Patreon, guys. Right. Oh, I was going to do dark brown. I was going to do his rucksack, straps, and that. His little vesty thing. I think I was just going to go. I think I like this orange. Dippin' Inks from Green Stuff World, orange, but it almost comes out a kind of brownish orange. Again, apologies for my sniffing. Yes, I think I'm going to use that for his. Well, I don't know what that is. Sort of top dungarees. Oh, pardon me, I'm not too sure, but whatever it is, it's going to be done in that. So I say this guy, if I wasn't doing a live stream, easily paint him in under an hour. Yeah, but obviously doing a live stream and I waffle and chat lots, then I don't get so much done. Robin H, isn't it technically illegal to copy their products as long as you don't sell them? It's basically no, but there's a big grey area. Yeah, so when I looked into it ages, say it's a couple of years ago, so it's literally about 4 weeks after I started the channel, I got a letter from them asking me to take it down, otherwise they would take action. And yeah, apparently you're not allowed to even make copies for yourself, which, there you go. Judge Spud, you love Judge Dredd. Well, I kind of thought you would, to have Judge in your name. You got both the tabletop. They did some cool models. The first version. Oh, okay. Ah. No, I've not played. Pizza loving girl. Hello, you must be on a lunch break. I'm guessing 1 o'clock must be a lunch break. I hope you're well. Demo battle reports would be. Well, once I say I'm very new to Kill Team. I'm basically new to any kind of Warhammer actually gaming play. Obviously the figures I've had for ages, been making terrain and bits and bobs for ages, but gameplay I'm still new to, and the guy I'm playing with is new to it. We've only played, I think, four times. When I played a few more games, then yeah, I will be doing some battle reports of the games that we play, as well as possibly filming bits of it. Yeah, but again, I'm going to wait till I know more about the rules, because obviously I don't want to do a battle report and then get flamed by loads of people saying, oh, you should have done this, should have done that, or that's not the rules, or whatever. So yeah, eventually there will be. Yeah, as Andre says, when you join Patreon, so I post, I don't know, 3-4 times a week maybe. I mean, it's the usual thing. I might go a week or two without posting anything, mainly because I'm not working on too much, and then I might do posts every day for a week. But yeah, poor Andre, he's one of the few people that sort of responds or puts comments on what I'm doing. So yeah, he wants some company. Yeah, I'd love him to have some company. Right, I was going to do some brown. That's what I was doing. Oh man! Right, let's put some here. I can't remember if I've shot at this angle or not, but we'll shoot this angle again anyway, because I've forgotten. So, bit of filming, usual thing. Going to show the wood, the paint off, and then show me painting. I'll look up at the text in a minute, guys. So obviously, because I'm filming, I need to sort of obviously make sure I'm painting while I'm filming. Just do a little bit more here, and then we can stop the filming. Well, I think my hand's blocking most of it, isn't it? It's the only problem. So that's the tricky thing with filming while I'm painting, is to get the camera in a position where you can see, but I can still see. let's have you up high for a bit, looking down. Get you in focus. Let's zoom in a bit, eh? Bosh. Right, there we go. Mike Hawkins, hello, from the States. Cool, good to have you here. Nice and early there in the morning, I'm guessing. Great way to get the figures painted. The Razzle Dazzle, yeah, I like Razzle Dazzle. Well, what's that one that you said earlier, Andre? Flabble? Oh, this is where my memory is so pants. But yeah, Razzle Dazzle, so much better than Slapchop. Whether or not it'll get any views if I put Razzle Dazzle in the comments, in the title. Well, you guys would know what I'd mean, so. Well, the thing is, I think people are kind of annoyed that there's already the Slapchop name. Yeah, there's been a lot of like purist painters out there that obviously know that this technique's been around for hundreds of years. They probably used it for the last 30 years. But the thing is, though, for a lot of us, even something can be as old as time itself, but until we hear about it, it's then new. So yeah, to me, this technique's new, even though it's been around for donkeys. And yeah, so like you guys watching the videos, it might be the first time you've ever seen this being done, so it's new to you. But yeah, there are a lot of people that seem to be getting a bit miffed at the names. But again, that's why I thought, oh, I'll chuck my name in and good old Razzle Dazzle. Just it sounds more fun as well than Slapchop. Yeah, so to me, Slapchop's more if I was kit bashing. But all right, guys, let's Slapchop some miniatures today. What's that? Merlin, is this the new Crazy Dave? No, I think I have still got Crazy Dave. I think I found him. He's actually Crazy Dave is still in one of the vehicles, which is why I think I found him. No, this is the Lonely Orc. Yeah, I don't know what happened to my original Lonely Orc. So this is the new 2.0. 2.0 Lonely Orc, although he's not really lonely because obviously I've got a whole kill team of orcs. But yeah, no, this guy, I just wanted to make, because anyone's just joined this stream, I had a guy that I painted called the Lonely Orc. He was called the Lonely Orc because he was the only figure or miniature that I actually painted. Because going back a couple of years, or even go back a year, I hated painting miniatures, so I didn't have many painted. But I had a guy called the Lonely Orc. He used to sit on my desk, and I used him basically as a gauge for how big to make things. So I used him as like a size reference on how to make terrain and bits and pieces. But I moved about 2 months ago, and I seem to have misplaced him. So I kind of miss having an orc sitting on my desk. But rather than just having like any old orc or one of the kill team orcs, I want to have a Lonely Orc on my desk. So that's why this is the Lonely Orc 2.0, and I've given him a robot arm, just because why not? And yeah, I've kind of put him on a kind of a base. He's on a, I think it's a door lid or door panel or something for one of the, is it this Snaz Battle Wagon or Snaz Wagon? That's why I love orcs. They have some really fun, wacky names. And so I love words that are fun and just make you smile. And a lot of the orc stuff is, I mean, the fact that they're knobs as well in their names, a knob orc. Flubble Wobble, but you'll stick with Greasy Eye. Yeah, you stick with Grisaille, and yeah, I'll have a bit of Flubble Wobble. Do you like fries with that, sir? No, I think I kind of like underpainting as being kind of like a nice rounded term. I like terms that are rather funny, or they are what they say on the tin. So yeah, underpainting is kind of what it is. It's a nice simple explanation. Whatever it's called, I love it. It works for me, and it means I can paint things nice and quick. I enjoy painting, and the end result I just love. Again, apologies for me sniffing. Although I must admit, I am surprised I'm still streaming. I honestly thought I would come on, do an hour, and be absolutely exhausted. But I don't feel, well, I feel bad, but not, I don't feel any worse by not live streaming. Well, I do wish I could breathe better though. Is the focus better? Or? So it's start of the week. Are we all happy it's a Monday? Well, it's funny because I always tell my friends and all that for me every day is kind of the same. I don't really have like Mondays, Tuesdays, weekend days. I just see days as days, which is kind of nice. So I never have that sort of, oh no, Monday feeling sort of thing. Nice to hear he's not missing in action anymore. Well, so that's what I'm going to call this the Lonely Orc 2.0, just because he's not like a poor imitation of the other one. He is a completely new Lonely Orc. Yeah, oh, we'll do the gun holster, what's it thingy, can be this brown. Yeah, so the video for this, guys, will be out tomorrow, and it'll show me obviously kit bashing this dude. There's quite a bit of green stuff around his arms and connection bits, but yeah, it'll be the usual sort of style video, sort of 14 minutes longish, showing start to finish. And as much as I would love to do, like, put Razzle Dazzle in the title, I think the title probably still is going to have Slapchop, purely because obviously YouTube, it's wonderful analytics and all that malarkey. It does seem to like buzzwords. And as much as I don't like the term Slapchop, it will get views more with the term Slapchop than Razzle Dazzle. Oh man. Right, and the other bits I was going to do brown. I'm not sure what that is on the side of his leg. I think that's a pouch or something. That can be brown. Oh yeah, we'll do this sort of strap here, can be brown. if I can, so my plan now is I would like to get this dude finished, well, on stream now. So, because originally my plan was say, come on, do an hour, and then finish him off, but not stream it. But say, because I don't feel any worse than I felt earlier, I may as well carry on doing him on a live stream. Let's do the bottom bit brown. Oh, I missed part of his chest bit. Is meant to be silver. So can these things? So once he's fully painted, that's when I go over and do any of the washes over any of the colours that weren't speed paints. Yeah, so I like using this colour for like the soft material that they wrap around stuff. So I'm not sure how well the camera's picking it up. It's skeleton bone. I have got a wash that's pallid bone, but it seems to come out more brown than sort of cream, which is why I don't generally use that. Oh, can't even read. Was that boy? Are we going to see Orc soon? The LOTR Orc. It's at the moment I've probably got about 4 projects on the go. So yeah, so if I did think about doing another project, it kind of gets merged in. And yeah, depending on how big a project is, that's why obviously single paint jobs are nice and quick and easy. But I've got a couple of bigger projects. Say I'm doing a chess set. I've started building the board. I'm going to slowly get the figures. So the figures I'm going to basically paint them as I get them. The board, once I've got all the board done, I'm filming bits of it, and obviously that'll come out as a video. I've still got the Thunderhawk I'm making out of sprues. Funny enough, I think I'm going to have to order some more acetone so I can get some more panels made. But yes, I've got quite a few things that I'm currently working on. I say, because this is the month of Orcs, or October, there will be a lot more of these dudes coming out this month. Mike Hawkins is going to do a Savage Orc team for Blood Bowl. See, now I've got, again, if you'd seen my my bits box, I've got 2 separate teams of Orcs that I've had in there for a year and a half, not done anything with them. So yes, that's why I'm going to try and go through and get the Orcs. So that's why, I don't know if you were here earlier when I showed them, but like this dude, the old Orc biker, he's been sitting in a box, primed like he is here, for about a year and a half-ish. So yeah, so I'm going to be, that's obviously why he's primed grey. Because back them days, I just, yeah, hated them. Hated painting. I can't get over to you guys how much I hated painting. Well, it kind of shows that this guy was primed and he's been that way for a year and a half. It's like, nah, I'm not getting anywhere near him. Whereas now, I'm excited to go near him because I think he looks cool. Plus, because I'm not going to use him in a game of any kind, I'm going to put him on a very small little diorama. Well, I mean small, just like a base. It'll be a road or part of a highway. I might have like a signpost that says stop, that he's like run over or something. I'm not sure yet. But I'll be painting him this month as well. So yeah, I think what I'm doing is I'm going to kind of go through my bits box, which has got loads of parts of Orcs that have been there for the last year and a half, 2 years, and finally assemble them and get them painted. Whether or not they're going to be used for anything, I'm not sure. But at least if I get them painted, then they got more of a chance of being used in a kill team or diorama or something. So that Dean also the name Razzle Dazzle. I know it would be like the Navy's paint job by the same name. I thought it would be like the Navy. Oh, I'm confused now. Again, sorry, apologies. I've got a cold. I'm not working on all cylinders today. Yeah, I'm not sure. But yeah, so the basic premise of how to paint these: prime them in black, dry brush grey, dry brush white, and then just chuck on your contrast paints, speed paints, dipping inks, or whatever it is you want to use. And it honestly couldn't be any simpler, which is why I absolutely love it. Right, so colour next. So there's not many colours to go with it actually. I was going to do copper for the bullets. Have I got copper or have I got gold? Yeah, I've only got gold, I think. Oh no, what's that one? No, that's not it. Oh, knocking my paints over there. Is this copper? Dwarven bronze, that'll do. It's a bit better. Yeah, I was thinking a bit of dwarven bronze on his bullets. Yeah, so when I do this video, I might find some footage of, well, the original Lonely Orc. I'm not sure if I painted him in a separate video, or he may have just appeared. I only used him as a reference. Say when I was building something, I would use him as a reference, just to get scale. Demo Razzle Dazzle sounds like a good Blood Bowl. But yeah, it's just more fun. It's yeah. Mike, you're more the same. You're more of a kit basher, and when I'm done, I'm bored with the figure, so it just sits there unpainted. Well, it was. I must admit, it did put me off making the figures because I just knew. Well, two things. I knew I was going to ruin the figure by painting it. So obviously that instantly puts you off painting it, knowing you're going to do a bad job. But honestly, I could spend 2 hours, 3 hours painting something, and if anything, over time it probably got worse. So it never ever any stage got any better. I never quite knew where I was going with it, as in what I was trying to achieve. And yeah, it was just nightmare. Yeah, whereas now, not so much a nightmare, more fun. Right, yeah, you guys can see what I'm doing. That's always handy. So again, these little copper bullets, they'll get the old brown wash. So I've got loads of washes, and I have used black before, but I always find the black just to be too harsh, whereas the nice sort of soft brown wash, for me that is anyway, it just seems perfect. Just enough of a wash to make something not look too bright, shiny and clean. Oh man, I think it's the breathing the bits that gets me, because my nose is so bunged. It's just, this is just a pain. So, I mean, any of you guys sort of like into orcs, and obviously being October, are you doing much in the way of painting, assembling, building orcs and all that? So, because now I am enjoying painting, I am probably going to do, well, more videos of me painting. Yes, again, apologies to anyone who's just joined the stream. I have got a bit of a cold, so my nose is bunged. I'm coughing. I'm spluttering. I'm not dying, but I am making a lot more noises than I would normally. Radio. Yes, I'm not sure what this bit kind of is on his arm. What it be made of? It's not kind of metal. It looks more like it's been carved. So I don't know. I might do that. I might do that out of wood. I just don't know. Right, there's a little bit of silver. I need to paint. Oh, and he's got a little bit of an earring in there. And he's got just 2 teeth, I think, or just 2 shown anyway. Right, so what I'll do is I'm going to zoom in and we'll paint a couple of teeth that are going to get painted. Well, is my hand going to be in the way? Kinda. Yeah, that's better. Oh, I haven't got white. Where's my white? Oh, normally I get the paints ready, but obviously I kind of forgot. I blame my my bunged up head for that. So we'll do the usual little thing. Can't always see what it says, but there we go. It's white. Although obviously this dude's only showing 2 teeth. And I'm not sure, has he got, I don't know, a little ring or stud in his tooth? Not sure. Let's put a copper ring on his tooth there. Cool. Oh. Yeah, basically doing the dry brushing, it just makes the contrast paints work better, as in they're more contrasty because there's already highlights and shadows underneath. Obviously the speed paints and contrast paints are meant to obviously give you the highlights, the lowlights, shadows and all the rest of it. But yeah, doing the dry brushing underneath just accentuates that even more, which is very good. Custom Gaming UK, you know, very little about Warhammer beyond what you picked up in Total War Warhammer. Well, I say I've had this channel for 2 years, and the Kill Team is the only Warhammer game that I've seen that obviously I love, adore. Only came across it, was it 6 weeks ago? And yeah, hooked me in well and truly, which is why I've got 6.5 Kill Teams already made. Obviously got the Into the Dark Gallo board made. Half the set is painted, and yeah, I love that. But that's why there's a lot of the teams, the figures, oh pardon me, that I know nothing about. So I did the Pathfinders the other week, just because obviously my son's going to play, or he has played, and yeah, I sort of said he could have whatever team he wanted. He had a look at all the Kill Teams and picked the Pathfinders, and originally I thought they were robots, because I didn't know what they were. Obviously I'd only seen the ones with the helmets, so they look like robots. But yeah, they're pretty cool looking, which is cool. Marcus, October for sure, you're sculpting an orc riding a rocket chopper. Oh wow. Trying to kit bash a Mega Dread. Awesome. Yeah, so that's why I'm going to go through my kit bash, my bits box, just because there's so many different orc bits in there. And I say, and the fact that I have got the Blood Bowl orc teams, that I've not done anything with them, so I'm going to get 1 or 2 of them painted up as well, which would be pretty cool. Andre, you like orcs, but you prefer single minis, so you have little use for teams. Well, there you go. You need to do one of these, a lonely orc. Kelston, you was going to get the Kill Team Into the Dark. Yeah, I would, mate. I'm hooked. Plus, I'm hooked, and I love the fact that they're doing like 4 boxes in a year. Obviously, my bank balance probably isn't as excited as I am. But yeah, the fact that they're going to, every 3 months there's going to be a new box set out with more terrain pieces, 2 new Kill Teams, is pretty awesome. So yeah, every 3 months I will be getting the box. Radio, I think it's just his sort of outfit for his tummy, a little bit on the belt, and then we might be into the the washes, which isn't too bad. And I'm just doing a little bit on his arm that I want to quickly paint. Let's get you in focus first. As we've got the green, I'm just going to quickly check I've not missed any other green bits that I need to do. Don't think so. Although his arm could do a bit of a touch up maybe. Rightio, yeah, let's do his chest bit. Yeah, so I've been using this orange one. But say it does come out almost sort of browny, but it's got a real nice effect that I like. So it doesn't bother me that it's not the colour it should sort of be. But yeah, I really like it. Andre, is Into the Dark a standalone or an extension? It's standalone. Yeah, if you get the Into the Dark box set, it's standalone because it has all the new rules to do with close combat in hallways and doors I really like. So yeah, so me and my mate, we're only going to play Kill Team Into the Dark sort of matches. Yeah, just because obviously they're all set on board the spaceship, which I really like. Obviously the idea of more than just sort of general terrain. And yeah, by the box set has 2 teams, all the rules, everything you need to get going, which is really cool. The crew look awesome. Yeah, I do like the crew. Although I must admit, I love the navy breeches, especially the way I painted them. Just because I like the fact they do look like sort of firefighters or old style deep sea divers. They used to wear that big sort of gold and copper or whatever it was made of helmet. So yeah, I do like the navy breeches. Well, that's what my mate was. He was the Navy Breachers, and I was the Intercessors. If you haven't seen it, obviously I've got the Intercessor squad, but I've made mine in the style of, well, it's Darth Vader and Stormtroopers, just because obviously I love Star Wars. All right, I'm going to do a bit of filming, so let's show what I'm using, and obviously I'll need to concentrate a little bit. Not a lot, just a little bit. Oh, that's a bit wishy-washy. So this is where sometimes I kind of feel, do I need to buy one of those paint shakers? I mean, admittedly, I didn't really shake that orange a whole lot then, to be fair. Oh, that bit might be brown actually, I'm not sure. Yeah, I think I'll do that centre bit. We'll do that in the brown. Cool. Alright, so it's just kind of like let's paint the thing brown and then I can just add bits of silver in. I'm not too sure. Again, because he's kind of kit bashed, I did a belt at the back but wasn't really happy with it. So then I stuck this other bit over the top which kind of had all kinds of weird bits in it. It doesn't look too bad on its own. Oh yeah, got this strap at the top. We'll do that in the other brown. So this hasn't gone bad. I mean, how long has it been? So it's been under 2 hours. Obviously, when I live stream, I kind of chat probably more than I kind of work. So yeah, this guy, I was kind of thinking that it would take about an hour to paint him. And I said that's not rushing or trying to do a quick job. It just is that quick doing this Slapchop Razzle Dazzle sort of technique. Oh yeah, still his arm. So I'm not sure what that's going to be. Or should I just do that wood? Yeah, let's do that wood just because I've got the paint on my brush. So it looks like it's been carved out of something. Right, okay, I think we're getting near to him being done. Do the wash. I might just leave the base. Oh, so I've got the thing not even on the screen. I might leave the base as it is, just paint the skull. But yeah, things are when I paint, when I do primaries in black and then dry brush them, I kind of like how they look. It's almost like they're sort of like a black and white sort of thing. But I like it. I like the look of it, and almost think, oh, why not just leave them primed and then dry brushed, just because I really do like that look. Mana, hello. Hope you're well. Are all of these translucent paints the colours they should be? I'm going to say no. Yeah, it does seem like there are, again, this could be because I'm not shaking them enough. It might be because they're a bad batch. I'm really not too sure. But the other one that definitely isn't the colour is this one? Yeah, Gravelord Grey. This is what I used on the Death Cause of Krieg. And this came out more blue. Because I think I used this on their jackets. Because I wasn't sure whether to do their jackets blue or green. I used this and it came out more blue. So this one's more blue. The yellow comes out orange. Yeah, I think both of these sort of sandy looking colour ones, the Pallid Bone and the Sand Golem, they both come out more darker and more brownier than the colours that are on them. I think most of the others seem to come out. So again, because there's only a few that seem to be not exactly how they should be, but say that could be me just not shaking them enough, or them being a bad paint in the batch. I'm not too sure. It's hard to say because I don't shake them with a shaker. Yeah, I'm not too sure. Oh, I've just seen some brown bits I need to do. But so yeah, I think this dude isn't far off being done, which is rather nice. Because I really thought I was going to do the stream for about an hour and then have to stop, just because I feel a bit rough, but it hasn't been too bad. Trying to look see if there's anything I've missed. Oh, I can do these bits on the end a different colour. In fact, I think we'll go for the yellow that comes out orange. We'll have a bit of that, and I think the other one can be green. Let's move the camera. So that's the only problem. It is difficult sometimes to get the camera in a position where you guys can see, but also I can see. That doesn't look too bad. We'll just get the focus. That's the one I was using, wasn't it? And one of a green. Let's go for a good dark green. Let's see how this one looks. Cheers, Manor. Yeah, so it's only, it's the usual. It starts with a bit of sniffles yesterday, then you start getting a headache, then you start, well, not being able to breathe too well, and then you just feel pooped. But I say it's not too bad. I can still paint, so it can't be too dire. Right, I think. Oh yeah, I was going to paint that thing on the floor. Let's go red. Yeah, so I had kind of planned on possibly painting this bottom bit silver, but I just like the look of the dry brushing on it. So I think I'm going to leave that as is. And I think the exception of giving a little bit of a red eye on him, I think, yeah, it's all done. So the last thing I always do is the wash. Let's just get the little red. Just do a little drop in the eyes, and then yeah. Well, this is where I hate doing eyes, but at least with orcs it is just a little drop of red. I think most of my figures that I paint, they're asleep because their eyes are shut. Just because I do hate, yeah, as much as I love painting, I do hate eyes. Because they're either going to be cross-eyed or just have one eye so much bigger than the other. Yeah, that'll do. Right, so just the wash to go, and then he is done. So what we're doing for time? Oh, that's not too bad. 2 hours. So I honestly thought I was only going to be able to make an hour. Plus, it's nice that I've been able to do him from start to finish. Right, let's. Oh, I think this position will be good enough, won't it? Cool. Right, let's do a wash on the last few bits. And yeah, anyone new to the channel, I do go over the top with washes. I can't help it. I just like the look of, well, smothering things in washes. I like things to look dirty, grimy, used, worn. Yeah, unfortunately that happens every now and then. Not too sure why. I think it's just because my computer's getting old, and sometimes it doesn't seem to want to film all the time. Man, they are such great shots. They close their eyes. Yes, they are very confident in their abilities, aren't they? Right, I think that's. I think what the last thing I'm probably going to do. There's a few bits of like silver buckles, little rivets here and there. I'll probably just go and touch those over. But other than that, yeah, dude's about done. Yeah, which I'm certainly happy with. Say it's 2 hours, but I know from previous experience, whenever I live stream. Whatever I do in a live stream, I can do at least half the time quicker, if not 25% of the time quicker. And obviously not feeling 100% as well. So yeah, I reckon if I was sat here, wasn't live streaming, wasn't feeling like pants, yeah, I reckon easily half an hour would have this guy done looking like this. Again, I know some people, this wouldn't be their preferred style. They'd want to do something different. But for me, I like how he looks. And yeah, I know that, say, if I'd gone back a year and I was painting this dude, I would spend about 3-4 hours painting. He wouldn't come out anywhere near as good as this in my eyes. He would look like a complete and utter mess. And I would have hated every second of that 3-4 hour paint job. Which is why I just love this technique so much, that it is quick, easy, enjoyable, and yeah, I'm pleased with how he looks. I say, because I do like my characters to look very rough and ready and haggard. But obviously, oh, my earbud just fallen out. Obviously, you could go over once he's dry and do obviously edge highlighting and well, all kinds of weird and wonderful things. Like the weapons, you could do the old non-metallic painting job. So there's lots of things you could do. But again, because I don't know how to do them, and I don't really enjoy doing other stuff. At the moment, this is for me. This would be job done. So other than the rivets and a few bits here and there, I mean, who knows? In 6 months' time, I might well be doing the edge highlighting, OSL, non-metallic paint. I might be doing all sorts of wonderful things. But at least the good thing is, say, you get to this standard. In my eyes, it's tabletop ready. I'll be happy to have this on the tabletop in front of friends, family, and even strangers. And then, yeah, further down the line, if I do decide to do other styles of painting, then I can sort of adjust these and, well, repaint bits, which is pretty cool. Steve told you 2-3 hours. Yeah, well, I must admit, say I started at 12, so yeah, 2 hours. That is pretty good going. I know I've done some some scratch building projects, and I think after an hour I may have glued one piece to another. So I sound so bunged up in my head. I sound weird, so I'm probably gonna sound even weirder when I watch this back. But yeah, no. So for this has been quite quick. I say it is because it is such a quick method. It's untrue. I say I'm looking forward because I'm looking forward to painting these. That obviously I painted grey, and yeah, these have been sitting in the box for over a year and a half, just because the thought of painting this. I mean, I love the look of it. I think it's gorgeous. Obviously, an orc on a bike, magical. But the thought of painting this put so much dread in me that obviously he never got painted. And I think there was 3 of these dudes, if I'm right. I think I assembled 2 like this. I think the third one I may well have cut up and used parts of the bike for other stuff. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to painting this. So I may, what's today? It's only Monday today, isn't it? Yes, there's a fair chance I may well paint this in a live stream on Thursday. Yeah, Thursday, I reckon. If I do, I think I might stick with this same time. Because obviously it seems like quite a few of you guys are on. And it's nice that there's people on from America and Australia. And obviously the UK and Europe. So yes, I think sort of 12 midday seemed to be quite a good time to start. So hopefully next time I won't be sniffing, coughing, and well, talking weirdly, because I think I talk weirdly. What make is this model? Richard has just asked. This is a kit bashed orc, but he's also his tummy. Again, I don't know what it's ogres or something or other. Just because I wanted my chap to be a bit fatter, a bit more representative of me, I think. He's nice. Well, I mean, orcs are chunky anyway, but I wanted a round-bellied orc. So yeah, this is kit bash from a variety of bits and some green stuff. There'll be a video out tomorrow, Richard. It'll show me making this dude and obviously the painting bits that I've done just now. It'll be my usual sort of video, between 10 and 14 minutes in length, and it'll show the whole start to finish process. So this guy's the Lonely Orc. I used to have an orc called the Lonely Orc, to anyone who's just joined, and basically it's called the Lonely Orc because it was the only figure that I'd actually painted that wasn't in a diorama. Again, so if you want to have a bit of a laugh, go and watch some of my old videos, and honestly you will hear me say at least once in one of those videos how much I hate painting. Whereas now you'll hear me say I love painting, because I do, I love it. And yeah, it's all because of well, it's not just the Slapchop method. I kind of loved painting prior to that when the contrast paints came out. Again, just doing, I got purple there, but yeah, purple. Just doing a white prime on the figures and then paint them in speed paints. It just gave them so much life that I enjoyed using the speed paints. Obviously, Slapchop, underpainting, grisaille, Frankie and Benny's, Razzle Dazzle, whatever you want to call this technique. It's working wonders for me. Oh, I'm going to add some blood actually to his weapons as well. Yeah, I love it, and it's making me love painting figures, which is awesome. Is the biker usable in the kill team? I would say no, because obviously he'll be on a bigger base size than the other orcs. And the one thing I've kind of learned from the game is the base size is very important, especially when you're trying to hide in cover. So this dude would be too big. So no, that's why this dude, I'm going to paint him up and put him on a little diorama. Again, that's why I know a lot of people, some people seem to like the clear bases that I use for my figures. A lot of people are very, ooh, why a clear base? Why not make a proper base? To which I always try and respond, I use the clear bases because I like to see what terrain's underneath the figure, but only for the figures that I actually use to play with. So these figures that are just sort of more decorative and are just going to sit on my desk or sit somewhere, then yeah, I'll make bases for these. Obviously, I kind of cheated with this dude because I just stuck him on a door, but hey ho, it's a base. So yeah, so the bike will be put on a base that I scratch build, make, whatever. Again, because this dude won't be used in anything. he will just purely be decorative. So yeah, so he'll look nicer on a base. Yeah, I'm hopefully be better on Thursday. So yeah, so it's not a definite, but there's a fair chance I will live stream Thursday, and it will be this biker dude. Although I have got some other orcs turning up. I say, so I am going to be building a chess set that's going to have orcs on. Let's get him in a position where I'm last bit of talking. Yeah, so I'm going to be doing a chess set where it's going to be orcs against space marines. But obviously I need to get all the orcs and space marines ready. So yeah, so I say, it's, yeah. Again, so that orange, this orange, I love it. Even though it's more, well, orangey brown. For that's his chest bit. But I just love it, the way that the dry brushing comes through underneath. And yeah, dark areas look lovely and dark. But it's also an inconsistency where I've dry brushed, because some bits will get dry brushed heavier than others, so they'll be lighter. So I just love how that sort of looks as well. And yeah, I can't say enough about this technique and dry brushes. Oh, so I've got a little bit more actually to do there. So let's do it. I'm going to finish it. I was going to finish the stream, but I'm going to may as well finish him off, because there's literally a few little rivets here and there, so I may as well do that now. Jazz J2, yeah, so yeah, the biker, yeah, he will never be played in anything. He purely is decorative. But say it's just the fact that I'm excited about painting him. Whereas, I say, the fact that he's been like he has for a year and a half does kind of sort of show just how much I used to hate. Oh, I've kind of zoomed you in now. You're a bit too near. Let's go back a bit. There we go. Yeah, the fact that I'm excited about painting him does kind of like show just how different I am in my mind towards painting. Oh, I think the paint's starting to dry a little bit. Let's water it down by sticking it in my mouth. Yeah, that's enough of that, and I think there's just some rivets here and there. Manna has to go get ready for the school run. Have a great day, Manna. Yeah, say Thursday, there's a good chance Thursday I'll be starting at the same time. I think midday seems to be a good time for me. Gives me time to get up, get ready, do a stream, and then I can still do stuff, obviously, in the afternoon, evening. Steve's just given a 10k point army to your local gaming shop. Oh wow, there's another army to play with. Got 8 bikes all kit bashed. Awesome. So yeah, see that I wouldn't be able to paint that. Well, I wouldn't have been able to paint that kind of thing, which would have put me off the whole, well, building it. All right, so let's just try and get a little bit of silver on some of these kind of rivety things, or studs, buckles, whatever it is. Yeah, so guys, obviously I am kind of going to be going in a minute. Any questions you want to ask, by all means, ask away. Yeah, again, so if you want to help out the channel, if you want to become a patron, there's a link down below. You get to see access, or you get to see stuff that I'm working on before it comes out on YouTube, as well as obviously it helping me out really. And yeah, I'm going to do some scratch bashing soon, because I'm starting to get a nice collection of odds and ends and bits and bobs. Oh yeah, I've got a. Oh yeah, what have I done with that? I've got VCR. I don't know. I'm getting all excited. I've got a VCR. It's like I've gone back to the 80s. No, I've got a VCR, which is obviously great for taking apart and there being a whole ton of magical stuff inside. So that's why I was getting excited about a VCR. I'm going to take it apart and obviously use it to kit bash stuff. But what I now was getting at was the guys over at Patreon are going to decide what I scratch bash. Whether it's terrain, space vehicle, tank, submarine, whatever it might be. Yeah, I'm going to do a poll over on the Patreon page. And yeah, the guys over there can decide what it is I build. But yeah, I'm excited about the VCR and taking it apart. Alright, there's a few more of those, I don't know, stringy bits on here. Oh. Yes, don't forget guys, if you're bored and got nothing to do later, by all means go and watch some of my playlists. Have a little nose about what I've done, or certainly what I've done in the past. Yeah, I think this paint is starting to dry out now. I have got a wet palette, which I have used a few times, but I don't know, I never sort of use them that much, so I kind of forget about them. Right, yeah, this guy is done. Oh, itchy nose, coughing and whatever. Right, yeah, cheers guys, thanks for being here, keeping me company. I really, because I've not really done a live stream this sort of time, I wasn't really expecting there to be, well, many people on. So yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised that there has been people on, keep me company, and to text and chat to me, which is awesome. Yeah, so the video for this chap, showing me obviously the kit bashing, so there's quite a bit of, well, there's not a lot of green stuff, but there's some green stuff in him. And obviously it'll show me obviously painting him now. I'm probably going to take some pictures and some video with him, using my little smoke machine, just because I can't help myself. I like to well, have a bit of smoke behind the dude. Well, obviously in this case all the smoke's gone in front of the dude. Yeah, so there's going to be a video showing how I made this. Basically I've got it so it's got a little USB connector at the end, so you just plug that into, well, a USB, what's it. Yeah, it's nice and simple, and obviously goes a bit mad sometimes. Anyway, there'll be a video of that coming out sometime as well. Right guys, I am gonna go. Yeah, I'm glad I survived, because I say I felt really rough this morning. Now I just feel a little bit rough. But yeah, no, cheers for being there guys. You all have a great day, evening, morning, night, well, whatever it is where you guys are. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one, okay? Cheers guys, bye for now.